KT GEPP, the choice for a better future. COVID-19 is raging on with its immense transmission speed. From Asia and Europe to the Americas, new cases and deaths are occurring across the world. Developed countries are no exceptions. Experts say that this global pandemic is not a simple natural disaster. Rather, it is a human-made disaster. The response during the early days of the breakout resulted in completely different situations in different countries. In this process, Korea proved to the world that a national pandemic response system can control the spread of COVID-19. When the first case was confirmed in Korea in January 2020, the Korean government raised the alert level from attention to warning. Afterwards, diagnostic tests were encouraged in the press, and warning text messages were sent to people who were at the same place at the same time as confirmed patients to encourage them to receive a test. Also, the government disclosed where COVID-19 patients visited to allow individuals to voluntarily avoid potential infections. On a community level, local disinfection and quarantine measures were imposed to minimize additional outbreaks. The series of responses were implemented within hours of confirmed cases being reported. Such rapid government responses played an important role in reducing the basic reproduction number, R0. The basic reproduction number, R0, refers to the number of people directly infected by one person with the disease during the period that the disease is active. In fact, the R0 number of COVID-19 is 5, according to the US Centers for Disease Control. The R0 number in Korea during the early stages of the pandemic was only around 1, thanks to the quick responses to confirmed cases. As such, Korea was able to effectively control the spread of the disease. At the core of Korea's disease control, there is GEPP, or Global Epidemic Prevention Platform's contact tracing, which has been operating since 2016 by KT. KT has been leading the National Disease Control Initiative based on the core corporate capabilities. The system monitors global infectious disease outbreaks real-time to prevent outbreak in Korea. It also sends text messages to individuals leaving and entering Korea to notify them of risks in foreign countries and precautionary measures. This maximal disease control system was established in coordination with the Korean government. In particular, the location data of multiple confirmed patients in Korea were tracked and analyzed to rapidly provide relevant information to individuals that were in the same places through this IT system, allowing the government to operate a safe and effective disease control system. In particular, the Disease Control and Prevention Agency is leading the response efforts reliably through ICT, earning trust from the citizens and providing innovative disease control measures leading the world. In fact, Sustainable Development Report 2020, published by the Cambridge University, stated that Korea was able to control the COVID-19 outbreak thanks to the rapid and effective diagnosis tracking quarantine scheme enabled by the employment of ICT. It may appear that immense infrastructure and budgets would be required to establish a national digital disease control system. But what is actually needed are reliable partners and the will of the government to improve the system. The socio-economic shock brought on by COVID-19 is beyond imaginable. The United Nations predicted that the global tourism industry will take a loss of up to $3.3 trillion. The Asian Development Bank analyzed that the global economic damages will amount to $8 trillion. It does not seem that the current situation will subside anytime soon, however. In June 2020, a research team from the University of Minnesota suggested 3 possible scenarios regarding the progress of the pandemic. All 3 scenarios projected that the situation would be prolonged. Despite the massive socioeconomic losses, humanity's wisdom will bring an end to the pandemic, just like it has with countless other crises. But is COVID-19 going to be the last pandemic? If we don't start preparing now, the damages from new infectious diseases will continue to ravage our world. What choices can the world make? KT GEPP provides solutions that help countries make wise choices.